Our next topic is going to be talking about the slope-intercept form of the line. The thing to remember about slope-intercept form is when we say intercept, what we really mean is y-intercept. Not just any old intercept will do, it has to be the y-intercept form. In fact, when I learned this, when I was growing up, when I was taking this class, we always called it the y-intercept form. We didn't even call it slope-intercept form. But that's what it is. We call it the slope-intercept form now, and when we say intercept, we mean the y. So basically the idea is, I'll give you slope, which is m, and the y-intercept, and maybe you'll remember what letter we used for that if you've seen this before. The letter here is going to be B, and you give me the equation. Alrighty? So I give you the slope and the y-intercept, and you give me the equation. It's going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. And this is probably going to be our favorite form because this is the form that is the easiest to graph with. Alright? So let's do a couple of examples where we do some graphing. So say I had y equals 2x minus 4. So let me write my general form up top and do some matching. So if I do some matching, what are the values for m and b going to be? So the values for m and b, well, m is going to be 2, if I can do it there. M is going to be 2, and b is going to be negative 4. So m being 2 means that the slope is 2. Or, if you like to do the rise over run thing, think about it as being 2 over 1, right? Because 2 and 2 over 1 are equivalent. Now, b being negative 4 means the y-intercept is negative 4. If you want to think about it as a point, think of it as 0, negative 4. Alrighty? So, I'll take my graph, and I'll put a point at 0, negative 4. Make sure you get on the right spot. Got a point here at 0, negative 4. And since my slope is 2 over 1, that means I'm going to start here. I'm going to go up 2 over 1. And that's my second point. So I'll draw my line something like that. Draw my line something like that. Alright? So that's why we really like slope-intercept form, is because whenever we have something in slope-intercept form, it makes it super easy to graph it. Let's try one more. Try something like y equals x plus 3. Alright, so let's write our general form up top. So what would m and b be? M, well, let's do b, because maybe that's what we use. B is, I think, clearly going to be 3. So that means our y-intercept is 3. So we'll have the point 0, 3 to contend with. But what is m going to be? One thing m is not 0, okay? So don't get all excited about that. Remember that there's always this secret 1 in front. If you have x by itself, that doesn't mean it's 0x, it means it's 1x. So that means that m is going to be equal to 1. So the slope is 1. Or if you want to think about it as rise over run, it would be 1 over 1. So if we're going to graph it, put our first point in at 0, 3. And for our slope, since it's 1 over 1, so you go up 1 over 1. Pretend I have little tick marks there. Up 1 over 1. And then we draw the line to go through. So as you can see, it's reasonably straightforward to get started whenever you're plotting these and graphing these kind of things. You always hope for y-intercept when you have to graph stuff. That's also the form that your calculator uses when it graphs stuff. You have a y equals button. All right. So you might have a problem like this. Find the equation of a line in the slope-intercept form where the slope is, oh, I don't know, 5. And the y-intercept is 3. We'll do 3. All right. So we always write our general form, mx plus b. And now we look. So where's our m? M is going to be 5. And what's our b? B is our y-intercept. That's going to be b. So we have m equals 5, b equals 3, and honestly, all we're going to do is just plug those directly in to the equation. Oh, sometimes I did it backwards. See, that's how you make mistakes. Plug it directly into the equation there, y equals mx plus b, and honestly, you're done. All right? Now what I'd like to do is go back and look at a problem that we had up here. All right, we had this problem. We had, let's see, I'm going to copy all of this in here. So we had the equation of a line with x-intercept of 2 and y-intercept of 3. So I'm going to pull that down, and we're going to redo this problem now. If I can get it to work right. Maybe. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Come back. We're going to rework this problem here. We're going to rework this problem, except I want you to do it now in y-intercept form instead of, or I'm saying it again, in a slope-intercept form. So now instead of saying point-slope form, I want to say slope-intercept. Okay? Now, you're actually going to start this problem the exact same way, which is why I kind of wanted to copy it. Because if you have y equals mx plus b, you're going to need a slope, and you're going to need an intercept. All right? So we've already found the slope for this, so that just makes things a little bit better. Our slope is -3/2. So it's 3/2 x plus, and what do we put for b? So what do we put for b? Remember, b is the y-intercept. So in this case, we want to use 3, okay? So again, this is mainly just to emphasize that we're not going to use 2. That's not what we're going to use, because that's the x-intercept. We want explicitly to use the y-intercept in order to get our solution.